Hello, it's Deb Calvert, and we are talking about building your mental might, becoming a strong critical thinker, eradicating lazy thinking so that your decisions will be sound and you'll be more effective at solving problems. Doing all of that requires you to look at all the angles. So I'm going to ask you a really hard question. Are you able to look at all the angles? Are you capable of stepping outside your own opinions, your own experiences, your own biases, and your own way of thinking? Are you able to step back and consider that there are other ways of looking at any situation? This is hard because we make judgments. We judge another opinion different from our own to be immoral. We think that people who don't agree with us are wrong and somehow inferior or bad. And I know, even as you're hearing me say that, you think that's ridiculous. Of course I don't go to those extremes. But I bet you do. I know I do. And I've been paying attention to this for a long time now, really, really working hard not to let that happen. This is a human condition. It's natural. We can only overcome it by intentionally forcing ourselves to acknowledge it when it's happening and then to step back. I'm not talking about faking it. I'm talking about really, not just outwardly, but really and truly, mentally, being able to step back and look at things from different perspectives, from the ways other people might view the situation, even if we don't agree with the way they look at it. Being able to understand why they see it the way they do. Being able to consider the inputs that they relied on to draw the conclusions they've drawn. Being able to consider the possibility that we don't have as much information as we think we do, and that our decisions and our opinions aren't as valid as we think they are. Now, I'm not saying that you are always wrong, just like I'm not saying you're always right. Best case is to consider at all times the possibility that there's more that you could know, more that you could consider, more that would inform you in new ways so that your decisions are better than ever before. Can you do it? Here's the challenge. The next time you hear somebody say something and you have that immediate reaction of thinking that they are wrong and ridiculous and how dare they say that, think that, do that, stop yourself. Ask the question, that's interesting. Tell me how you came to that conclusion. Or, I'm not sure I see it that way. Help me understand. Take a deep breath. Your job is not to convince someone. Your job is not to change their mind. Your job in this challenge is to be open, to really, really hearing and trying hard to understand where they're coming from. That's all I'm asking you to do. Give it a try, because you'll potentially find out that those barriers you've erected are really, really big ones, and they might not be serving you well. It's for you to decide as you're critically thinking about it, as you're building your mental might, you'll want to be aware of any limitations that you've set up for yourself.